Hello everyone, welcome to another video. So what we are going to do today is we're going to read another news from Daily Star, and then we are going to learn some vocabs from here. Okay, so I always try to choose some interesting news which is interesting for me to read, like for you to enjoy. So let's get started. So the first news is Liton blames due factor for whitewash, Chase disagrees. Okay, so Bangladesh skipper Liton on Friday blamed the heavy dew for his team's defeat in the third and final match of the three-match T20 series against the West Indies in Chattogram. The host once again endured. Last day I learned this one, but I forgot once again. So let me see this one. Endure. So the British pronunciation is endure. And let me see. Endure. Okay. To suffer something difficult, unpleasant, or painful. For example, we had to endure a 9-hour delay at airport. The host once again endure a disappointing performance. Okay, yeah, got it, understandable. In all three departments, suffering a 5-wicket defeat that sealed a 3-0 clean sweep for the visitors. So that means the visitor means the West Indies, I hope. Opting to bat first, Bangladesh looked well set at 107 for 2, thanks to Tanvirific Hassan Tamim's superb 62 ball 89. However, a late collapse saw them lose their last 8 wicket just for 44 runs. Oh my god, that's terrible. Eventually being dismissed for 151. Oh, okay, yeah, they're talking about the last match. I got it. I tried to see that. Okay. The West Indies then made light work for the chase, with Akim Auguste and starting skipper Roston Chase both scoring bricks 50s to secure a comprehensive victory in just 16.5 overs, taking revenge for their 3-0 loss to Bangladesh on home soil earlier this year. While dew had been a factor throughout the series, particularly in the second innings, at the Bir Shrestha Shohid Flight Lieutenant Matiur Rahman Stadium, Liton felt it had the greatest impact in the final match. Many things were not in our favor. We didn't see much dew in the first 2 games, but today there was a lot, Liton told reporters after the match. When we batted, the ball was dry and gripping well. When they came to the bat, everything was in their favor. For some things are beyond your control, but our effort wasn't lacking. What we scored would have been enough if the ground had been dry and there was no dew. Okay, I'm not commenting on that. I'm just reading. I have so many comments on that. Okay, there's a big difference between batting on a dry wicket and a dewy one. Even 150 or 160 is tough to chase on a dry surface. When you bat first on a dry wicket, it starts to turn up and becomes difficult for the batsmen. Our players couldn't handle that. The dew was a big factor, he added. However, Roston Chase had a different view, suggesting that partnership rather than conditions made the real difference. In Bangladesh's innings, Tanjid and Saif Hassan put on 63 runs off 43 balls for the third wicket, though Saif played a more subdued run. Okay, let me see that one. So that's the first one, which I got today, is new. Subdued, let me see the pronunciation. Subdued, yeah, that's correct. S-U-B-D-U-E-D, subdued. If a color or light is subdued, it is not very bright. Okay, that's interesting. So the sentence is, though Saif played a more subdued. Saif played a less brighter, run a ball knock. Okay. So if a color or a light is subdued, it is not very bright. Subdued, that means not very bright, not very bright, not very bright. Okay, so if a color or a light is subdued, that means it's not very bright. Okay. In contrast, Chase and August's blistering. Okay, let me see this one as well. This is new. Blistering, B-L-I-S-T-E-R-N-G, blistering. We went out in the blistering heat. Blistering, okay. Extremely hot. Blistering. Chase and Augustus blistering 91 run standoff, just 46 deliveries, took the game away. Let me see the pronunciation from away or away. I'm confused for last couple of days. Away, that's the perfect one. From the host. I think there was dew in all three games, especially after the first 10 overs of the second innings, Chase said. But I don't think it played a big part. The real difference was the partnership. Bangladesh never had one big stand where two players stayed in the built momentum. It was mostly left-hander scoring while wickets kept falling around him. It's a wicket where two batters need to get in and bat as long as possible. It's hard to start on. So if you try to be too aggressive early, you give the opposition chances. The key is to consolidate. Let me see this one. Consolidate, to become or to cause something to become stronger and more certain. So they say the key is to consolidate. The key is to consolidate first and then pick the right moment to attack, said Chase, who was named player of the match for his all-round. Okay, so said Chase, who was named player of the match for his all-round performance. Okay, so guys, thank you very much for listening to me. I hope you will read the news in that way, or maybe better way. Let me know if you have a better way to read the news, the stories, the dramas or anything you want to like. So let me know in the comment box. Thank you very much for watching. I hope we will meet in the next video. Till then, bye bye.